Hey guys, how's it going? On today's video, we're going to try to make a custom headlight intake with these CrazyTheGod Halo headlights. These are the chrome version. When I was running the US ellipsoid headlights, I had a headlight intake on the driver's side high beam, which was just removing the whole casing and putting in the headlight intake. So what I want to try to do is keep the halos and the headlight. So what we're going to try to do is drill using a circular glass cutter. We're going to try to cut the glass right around on the inside of the halo and then cut the casing behind it and put in a custom headlight intake. And if all else fails, which it might, we're just going to install this race German headlight intake. This thing works great. But we're going to try to do the complicated one first. So let's get started. So to start, I recommend putting down a microfiber towel so you don't scratch the glass. And we're going to start by taking out the Shadowline Motorsport P50 LED bulb. I'm just going to take a pick, and you're just going to simply pull this little tab back around the bulb, and it should lift right out. Then what we're going to do is unscrew the 3 mounting tabs. So I got the headlight finally out. Let's get to cutting. I'm going to start by just taking this off, and then we'll see how much we want to cut around to reveal the halo. I want to try to keep the halo as closed off to everything else as possible. So we'll see what kind of design is in here once we open it up. So I'm going to start by trying with 2 bits on my Dremel. I doubt this is going to really work, but it's worth a shot. Make sure you're wearing eye and ear protection. I also recommend using a respirator. It's going to kick up a lot of dust. Finally got it all cut out. It's pretty smooth on the inside. Looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit of alcohol on the inside just to get everything off, or a lot of dust blowing, but it looks really good. It's been about 2 months since the last clip. I guess finding a shop that would cut the glass it was a little bit harder than it was. Most glass shops turned me down until I brought it to just a regular machine shop, and he was up for the task. So Brian over at All Car Parts in Canoga Park, California. If you ever need some custom stuff done, he is the guy to go to. I first had it cut to the 90 millimeters that first cutter was, and then I realized that it wasn't perfectly centered, which wasn't really a problem. I was still okay with it. But I had him today of filming, which is in November, and I started this in July. I had him cut it to 92 millimeters, so it's pretty much perfectly centered, so it's ready for the intake part of it. Austin over at IM Innovations 3D print me a intake, so I got it quickly painted. I'm gonna start trying to reattach it to the headlight bracket itself. Now that I have the headlight back assembled, I tried to space these just like the other one did, but in the opposite direction. So I'm gonna try to test fit the intake. So if you look very carefully, right in here there is a plastic tab that is actually blocking it from going down any further. So I'm gonna have to trim this tab right here and this tab right here. I'm just gonna use a small Dremel and flatten those out, and then we will test fit again. So I drilled the holes just slightly bigger, and that seemed to work enough. I did have to grind out. There's another small, very small little tab right here. Another one right there I just knocked down all the way. So that is it at the moment to get it nearly flush. Like I said, when one side is flush, the other side is just barely off. And I noticed that the distances are a little different between the 2 side ones. and this one right here, where this one is basically touching the plastic. So I'm gonna have AM Innovations print me hopefully one last revision of this. I'm gonna move the tabs just up slightly and then make this part slightly bigger as well, the same amount that we move the tabs up, and then I'll have them make the holes just slightly bigger, and that should be it, and we should finally be able to mount it securely. Well, trial and error, I did get the glass off. Unfortunately, this was gonna say as a fail. So glass did break. Either I wasn't heating it up enough, or the housing was a little brittle, or I don't know. It was very difficult to get it off, especially with it already being cut in the center, so the whole piece of glass is already weaker. What I'm going to do is, although yes, it's a fail, glass broke, whatever, I am going to glue the housing back together, and honestly I'm going to try to glue some of the glass back together just to have it all in one piece. So everything was clean. All the dust was inside the grooves here and inside here. It's still a little dull. It's not. I'm gonna go through again with some alcohol and clean out underneath the light. Alrighty, so I got the housing nice and clean. Wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's definitely better than how it was. And I glued all of the glass back together. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Is it cleaner than it was before? Personally, I think so. So I'd say that's somewhat worth it. Obviously, you can see the cracks in the glue. Yes, close up, you will see, you know, the imperfectness of it, if that's even a word. But I'm happy-ish. Again, it's a fail, but at least it is cleaner and it's all back together. So now I'm just gonna use some of this caulk, black. I don't know, I've used it in a few places on the E30, it worked fine. So I'm gonna use this all the way around, push the glass in, excuse me, and reinstall it, get this all tight and bolted in, and yeah, should finally be done. So I got everything mounted up back to the bracket. I ended up just finding bolts that somewhat worked and then just ratcheting it on there. So I put ones at the bottom below it so I could kind of level it a little bit, and then one on top, and then I added blue Loctite and some hot glue just as like a safety. But yeah, there it is. I'm very happy that the colors are somewhat matching, where before this was all hazy, like a more white compared to the chrome. But since, yes, it's still missing all the actual chrome on the inside, that it doesn't project onto the glass. But I'm very happy compared to how it was. Excuse the mess in the back though. But yeah, you can kind of see the crack there. And that's probably the most noticeable one, because I actually filled it on top of the glass. But that one's kind of hard to tell, but overall it looks really good. It is pretty much centered all the way around. There might be a little gap right here, but that's pretty good. It's not going anywhere. It's I'd say flush with the glass, which I'm very happy about. So yeah, that's how it is. Here we go. I'm gonna get it all wired up back on the car, and we'll take the final shots. All right, it's all back together. Very happy with it. I would still prefer it to be a little clearer, but it is what it is. And for not to have broken glass, but overall I'm very happy. I'll go ahead and turn the halo on. So there we go. Halo works, everything looks good. Let's see if I can focus this a little bit and bring the light down. But there we go. You can barely see the little crack right here and a little bit right there, but overall looks great. Coming down the road, it'll look just like the others. Very happy. I might have to do a little trimming on the inside, as it does hit the radiator support just barely, so that I can connect a little hose to the intake. But other than that, it looks great. Very happy. And then I could always switch this to the other side if I do some motor modifications. But yeah, that's how it is. I'll do just nice deep black hole. Almost looks like there's nothing there, but it goes straight in. So there's that. There's this side, and then there is that side. So there we have it again. There's that side. There's this side. So very happy. Thanks again to AM Innovations for 3D printing this for me. All the 4 or 5 models it took. So again, appreciate it. If you guys need anything 3D printed, hit them up. And if you guys need headlight bulbs, hit up Shadowline Motorsports. All the LEDs you could want, headlights, tail lights, interior lights, he's got them. So make sure you hit him up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram at TheMassDriver and my parts page at Rage of Parts. And thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.